medical assistance program of the OVP. Further, we have also augmented the provision for the supplies and materials for the implementation of the Pagbabago campaign, and then the provision for welfare goods for the during disaster, and the food boxes for individuals in crisis and emergencies po. Thank you.
So that
With your permission, Minority Leader, I'd just like to acknowledge the virtual presence of our Senior Vice Chair, who will be chairing the budget hearing of the DepEd later, Senator Pia Cayetano. Good afternoon, ma'am. Go ahead, Minority Leader. Virtual lang, virtual lang po.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That was what I suspected. So since the budget call was early this year, so submitted by the previous office of the Vice President. So it is correct to say that the office of the Vice President, the incumbent one, you're really asking for 2.3 billion. You asked for that. You asked for the 2.3 billion pesos. Tama ba, Kevin?
Yes, sir. We have consulted the DBM po.
Yeah, so then DBM gave you the full amount that you requested. Okay. So okay, let's now go to one item which I'm also being asked kasi as a legislator, tinatanong din ako doon about the confidential fund. Kano ba ito?
I'd like to acknowledge also Vice Chair of the committee and the Chairman of the Committee on Basic Education, Senator Win Gatchalian. Afternoon, sir.
Okay. I have to ask this, Madam Vice President, and to your staff, because I'm also being asked as a legislator. This is, sabi nila, this is a first for the OVP. I do not know if that is a correct, but a 500 million peso allocation for confidential funds. So apparently, siguro when the last office of the Vice President made the submission during the budget call, there was no confidential fund. And then the new office of the Vice President asks for 500 million. May we know how?
Before I give the floor to the Vice President, with your permission, Minority Leader, dear colleagues, just to state for the record that the OVP, just to place things in perspective now, Your Honors, the OVP, I'm looking at the records, received confidential or intelligence funds for 13 years, from year 2000 to 2012, Your Honor. So that's just to place that on the record.
Was it confidential or intelligence? I think there's a difference. There's a difference.
There was no distinction, Your Honor, until 2011 when it became, I think there was a distinction made between confidential, which were given to civilian agencies, whereas intelligence is given to, I hope I'm not wrong, Your Honor.
Yes.
I'll subject this to some colatilia, but I think intelligence is given to the military and security agencies, Your Honor.
So proper terminology now would be confidential.
I think the proper terminology now is...
That is how I understand.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, it may have been given before, let us say, in amounts of 5 million pesos in 1 year, but this time kasi 500 million pesos in 1 year. So may we know how are we also to answer the questions asked of us, how to justify this item in the OVP's budget?
Yes. Yes, I'd like to repeat the manifestation of Senator Angara, Your Honor. Since 2003 to 2012, there were funds, intel and confidential funds that were granted the office of the Vice President. And as to the amount, Your Honor, and the propriety of the confidential funds, as we have manifested in the House of Representatives, we leave it to the honorable members of the Senate to decide on this matter, Your Honor.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. So when you made that statement pala, that refers is exactly